What is up, YouTube? My name is Zach, and welcome to a brand new review. We're talking Murder on the Orient Express, and let's just give the award for one of the most disappointing films of this year, and also one of the most boring films in my opinion. I almost started dozing off in this film. That's not something I want to say, because murder mysteries are some of my favorite things to watch or even read. And, I'm going to be honest, I've never seen the original, I've never read the book, I don't know anything about the Murder on the Orient Express, but I got excited because Kenneth Branagh is a fantastic director and he's a great actor, and seeing that he's leading this fantastic cast with Johnny Depp, Michelle Pfeiffer, Daisy Ridley, Josh Gad, Willem Dafoe, and the cast just goes on and on. This film looked like it could be one of the best films of this year, even Oscar contender, because it's coming around Oscar season, and it's none of that. This film certainly is not a bad movie per se. This is not a horrible made movie. This is one of the best made films of this year. From a technical point of view, from a set piece point of view, and from just the costume design and everything around this. The performances are fantastic. The costume design's great. The technicalities for this film are great, and the cinematography is beautiful. The film, just the sweeping shots that Kenneth Branagh gets in this film are just outstanding, amazing. I was just blown away by how great they were. And again, I have to go back to the performances before I really dive into the cons, is that the performances are great. I mean, I was shocked Kenneth Branagh was in this role. I was mesmerized by how great it was, and I will say that I kind of want to see him play the character again, maybe just in a more interesting story per se. At least an interesting more way of telling the story, because I think that's the one part of this movie that Kenneth Branagh really didn't direct the best way. Maybe that's how the script was written, but I really found this movie that the way they started to tell the mystery and how you had to kind of find the clues, there was no way of really finding the clues yourself, and that's what kind of made this movie boring. You can't really figure out the mystery yourself. That's what I was trying to get in, and you don't figure it out. You figure it out when the main character figures it out, and it kind of just builds and builds, and it's a lot of exposition heaviness and less clueness, and that's what kind of sucked. And the thing other than that is, as much as a great performance as, say, Johnny Depp gives, which great, I have to give, I'm so happy to see him doing a role like this, because the dude deserves it. I'm tired of the kookiness. I don't hate it, but I like seeing him in these roles. But seeing Michelle Pfeiffer or Daisy Ridley, who is also all great, Josh Gad, I mean, all of them were great. I don't know their names at all. I really don't know any of their names. There wasn't enough character development between any of them, and it was kind of got that thing where there were so many characters where maybe you'd see one and then you never see them again until the end of the film, and it got to the point where I felt like even though this movie's adapted, they should have taken, okay, we don't need this character or we don't need this character because they kind of lack in this department. Maybe we can just use these certain characters, and it kind of gets more tightly niched to the point where the mystery is kind of going on. You don't get as much exposition. I felt like that's where the movie really fell apart. Back to the saying that I couldn't figure out who killed him. And I'm a pretty smart person, I'd like to say, but I'm not the only person that had this problem. My sister had the same problem, and she went and saw the film with me, and other people I've talked to about this film so far have all said the same thing, that you can't really figure out the mystery yourself. You figure it out with the main character. Maybe that's what they were going for, but I felt that to kind of be a problem with mystery murders in general. It's fun to get that thing, and yes, this film has a very quirky and fun tone, but at the same time, it's very boring and dull at times, which sucks to say that because this film should have been better. Like I said, everything else, the performances, the technical level, the cinematography, the score even, they're all great. Even the dialogue is very well done. It's just how the story was told that makes this movie not worth seeing. It's not worth seeing and wasting your time because it's boring. It's not interesting. Time you find out who did it, you just want to leave. And there's still another 20 minutes of explanation that just goes on and on and on and just doesn't make it for a good film. I definitely will say that there are moments in here that I certainly enjoyed, but it's too far and few between that I didn't enjoy this film as much as I wanted to. It's certainly a big disappointment for me. Half my theater, the second they said who did it, half the theater left. I'm not even joking. The people around me all left, and I never got gripped into the story like I felt like I should. The trailers were great, but the movie itself was just, It's a disappointment. Like I said, the movie is not a bad made film. it just didn't catch my attention, and I just was very disappointed in this film. But with all that said, I'm going to have to give Murder on the Orient Express a C-. think the performances do save this film. I think the cinematography and everything else on the technical level do save this film from being like a trash pile like The Snowman this year. But really, it's just the way the story was told. I don't think Kenneth Branagh is a bad director. I just don't think this is his best film. Was a standout performance in here, and maybe someone else maybe should have directed this film with him acting, but I don't know. I don't really know where this film went wrong, and maybe those are just my nitpicks. Maybe you guys feel different. Maybe you love this film. Maybe you figured out who the killer was, and you've never even heard of Murder on the Orient Express. But that's what we're here for. Comment down below and tell me, what did you guys think? Were you guys liking it? Did you not? Were you kind of disappointed? I want to hear it down below. That's why we're here, talking movies. That's the most important thing. But as always, guys, make sure to like and subscribe, especially if you're new. I love making discussions. That's the best thing about here is we love talking movies. And guys, thank you guys so much for all the support. You guys are all the best. Big shout out to my 2 Patreon supporters, Justin Watches Movies and Kelly, both awesome people. Look out for Kelly's supported video, The Punisher 2004 retro review this weekend. That's going to be a ton of fun, guys. Lots of reviews coming, lots of early reviews coming as well. So guys, until next time, stay classy and have a great rest of your day.